So the star cast is here, the entire team is here. We are very, very eager to get your responses and all the questions to the two immensely cool and thrilling pair. We are now open. Please.
I wanted to ask you, what made you say, yes, this is the film that I want to do?
It was an instant yes and an easy yes. And the what will be answered when you watch the movie. Very, very obviously. I'm sure you all can already get the feel of it with the trailer. The subject itself is fabulous because it's a wonderful thriller of a story. It speaks about a lot of things on a lot of different levels. Very, very relevant, very, very important, very, very meaningful. And it's the absolute language of one's heart. So it was an easy yes, and that coupled with the maker itself and the incredible team, beginning here with, of course, Irrfan, as you see, but an incredible team that we have brought on board. So it was our, it was an immediate wish list. I think when Sanjay and me were sitting together and going through the script, this is the cast that we saw. And when that actually comes true, being thankful is an understatement for for the entire team. So as an actor and as an artist, I was just so grateful that all the actors consented and came on board, because that's just the way we saw it. And yeah, it's been a superlative experience. I think I've answered all the million questions possible today.
Congratulations to you. The trailer is very fantastic. My question to you is, Aishwarya ma'am, during your absence, there was a time when a revolution came where many women-centric movies were not only critically successful, but they were very commercial successful also. So what do you want to say about it? And do you think that Jazbaa also will be the part of that revolution?
Wow. Suddenly he reminds me of an absence. So because very honestly, I haven't felt it. I haven't felt being absent, though obviously, I mean, going by time and the number of releases that we do have, of course, I wasn't making movies. But a lot of the ladies here will nod, and who've completely experienced what I am wonderfully experiencing right now. We have no concept of time, and we don't realize how time flies by. So being a working mother, I really did not delve into this absence factor, and probably that's why I have not necessarily focused on the comeback term. There's no going away from it, there's no running away from it, and it will forever be the comeback film. So I'm not denying it, but when I turn around and say that I haven't felt it, that's just the way it is. And when you're talking about subjects and movies getting their due, it's always the audience's verdict. And it would be wonderful if the world wouldn't view it as we artists do. That is, we don't really, I think, and I'm daring to speak even on your behalf, Irrfan, I mean, you please contribute. But I don't think we get into a movie compartmentalizing it as any kind of centric, you know, I mean, really the dash centric. Because here we are just coming on board, having a story unfold and being told to the viewer. And I honestly believe even viewers don't necessarily label it, but I think once that impression is kind of set, then that's the way it gets articulated. So we are here making movies, and we are always in the hope that every movie that we make appeals to the audience, the viewer, because that's who it's being made for. And that's pretty much as innocent as our entire approach is, I think, when we make movies. But if subjects of variety today are being obviously appreciated, enjoyed by the audience, and accessible to a wider, more receptive audience, and that makes it a very exciting time for us in the movies, as in all of us here, be it the producers, the directors, the writers, the actors. I think it's an exciting time in cinema, and that we as the creative people are very grateful for, because it just makes our time more, we get to enjoy a variety as well.
Sanjay Gupta, when Sanjay Gupta is directing a film, is Sanjay Gupta centric film. It's not a man.
Absolutely.
This movie is it a remake of a South Korean movie 7 Days? Because the storyline is quite similar with that.
It is a remake. I'm not at a liberty to tell you what film it is, but it is a remake of a Korean film.
So have you directly lifted the movie and especially in the basis of the violence?
It has been adapted.
Aishwarya,
I can tell you one thing. I have not seen any movie when I have come on board to do this movie. We have received a script and we have done a Sanjay Gupta film. As clear as that.
मेरा सवाल आपसे है कि एक लॉयर का किरदार निभाना कितना चैलेंजिंग था और क्या-क्या प्रिपरेशंस की आपने इस रोल को निभाने के लिए?
जी आपने सही पहचाना कि मैं पहली बार एक लॉयर का किरदार निभा रही हूँ तो obviously it did entail a certain degree of educating oneself about really what the life of a lawyer is like, what me and Sanjay shared about what the real scene is like क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं हम लोग की जो impressions हैं and wonderfully so. I think that's why we always say cinema is a part of our culture. क्योंकि we virtually grow up believing that's the way life is. So we do have a certain impression of what a courtroom scenario is from cinema that we have enjoyed watching for years. And that is somewhere, if none of us have had absolute first-hand experiences legally, which God bless all of us here, hopefully not too many, then that remains our impression. But Sanjay obviously gave a deeper insight into what the real scenario is, and we wanted to keep it as real as we could. And that's the way we have played it out, with the conviction of a lawyer, with not necessarily the dramatics that you would. We let the moment have its drama rather than the way you're playing out the moment. I think that was a very important brief that Sanjay shared with us, and that's what we try to stay truest to.
She called him an international star. She's no less an international star. Now, with two international stars, how did you blend the international appeal with the Indian appeal? And do you think this is the film that will make the much anticipated breakthrough in world cinema?
See,
for Indian cinema.
Yeah, Rajiv, I don't want to make any claims that, we're making a film to cross the borders and this and that, but there is an intention in place. There are cuts of the film being readied. It's being dubbed and released widely all across the UAE. It's being dubbed in Arabic. We're also dubbing it in other South American languages and English. So there are international cuts with a slightly shorter length that will be going out, apart from the obvious diaspora release.
Irfan sir,
Sorry, I'd like to add to that. Sir, हम national हैं, बहुत ही national हैं. It's just that जब भी कई बार मुझे introduce किया जाता है, तो या तो Miss World को reference होती है, या वो international beauty title का reference होता है, या international presence का reference होता है. तो इसलिए मैंने कहा कि भाई, I'm very, very thankful for the opportunities destiny has given me. But honestly and very, very truly, as you all see, I'm not the only fortunate one. And that is why I made that reference there. But when we did this film, we were happy as actors to come on board. And it isn't about all the adages that go with it.
How different was for you to play a cop role from that of Good Day with all the punchlines?
I didn't think of cop at all. I was thinking of punchlines. And, it's a Sanjay Gupta film. And I had great time, saying those punchlines. My attraction was at punchlines. I wanted to deal with punchlines, and I love them sometimes. And in this film, there are a few, and you will remember them when you come out of the theater. It'll make your life colorful. My punchlines. My favorite is there. I don't know whether I should reveal them now or no. Okay. There's a point where one of my guy asks, Aishwarya comes and meets me, and she goes away. And he asks, तुमने जाने दिया? He says, मोहब्बत थी इसलिए जाने दिया. जिद होती तो बाहों में होती.
Trailer where we saw a reference being made to Amitabh Bachchan. Yeah, so what was that all about?
बच्चन साहब मेरी जिंदगी आसपास बहुत घूम रहे हैं. मैंने बहुत उनकी फिल्में देखी थी, उनकी फिल्में देख के मैं बड़ा हुआ। अब ऐसा दौर आया कि वो आसपास बहुत हैं। मैं कुछ एप्लीकेशन डाली है मैंने कि वो मुझे अडेप्ट कर लें, अभी तक अप्रूव हुई नहीं है, होगी तो बताऊंगा मैं आपको।
After comical Piku, there is a intensive Talwar and now Jazbaa. So how do you opt for your script?
I just go by the instinct, you know. If the story pulls you, if the Jazbaa has been made by some other director, I would have definitely considered something else. But I know that what the director is capable of doing. So you rely on director, you rely on your the way there's a bell which rings when you hear a script or when you hear your role, and that makes you decide, and you also look at the producer, whether he's going to put it, present it properly or not, all these considerations are there. But first and foremost is, there should be a, ting in your heart when you listen to the script,
इरफान सर, कैसा रहा सेट्स पे ऐश्वर्या जी के साथ काम करने का, और आपका कैसा रहा अनुभव? दोनों लोग एक दूसरे का अनुभव बताएं, और कोई ऐसा खास एक्सपीरियंस जो सेट पे हुआ?
मेरा एक रीज़न इस फिल्म को करने का ऐश्वर्या जी भी हैं, बहुत बड़ा रीज़न, और मैं आई वॉज लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड, एंड मेरे लिए उनको जानना, उनको देखना करीब से, एंड उनका काम करने का एक जो तरीका है, और फिर इससे ज़्यादा एक्सिलरेटिंग कुछ नहीं होता कि एक माँ अपने बच्चे का ध्यान रख रही है और साथ में शूट कर रही है. It's a beautiful experience for me, and yesterday we just finished. We completed the film, and it was a beautiful day, and it was a great experience. It's a kind of memory I will cherish, and I loved the experience.
I have been saying it right from the word go. He asked me another question, I answered something else because, like I said, this was the dream cast for me, and I mean, when I read the script, it was him. And I'm so glad he came on board, because it could have only been him, and it just made working every day so natural. One, it doesn't feel like work. You can see why, like he said.
Hi, how are you?
All good, thank you.
अच्छा, ऐश्वर्या जी, हमें बताइए कि आपका ये एडवोकेट का रोल बॉलीवुड इंडस्ट्री में दूसरे एडवोकेट के रोल से कितना डिफरेंट है?
ये आपको हमें बताना होगा फिल्म देखने के बाद.
एंड टू इरफान सर, लाइक ऐश्वर्या जी का ये कमबैक है, तो आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि आप पूरे साइडलाइन हो जाएंगे इस फिल्म में?
मुझे एक तो इन्हें कमबैक नहीं लगता, मुझे तो मुझे कभी लगा ही नहीं कि वो कभी गई हैं कहीं, एंड साइडलाइन होने में कुछ अच्छी बात, बुरी बात नहीं है, अच्छा लगेगा वो. किससे साइडलाइन होना है, ऐश्वर्या का किससे साइडलाइन होना है तो अच्छी बात है.
Sure. Irfan, when we see the trailer, we also noticed an observation is that there's a lot of hero bazi, the term, if you can say it. Like, you play beautiful characters, and then there's like, when a Shah Rukh and a Salman, you have this certain hero stardom to it when they do it with a certain thing. This movie kind of puts you in that zone, which you usually are not. You obviously are a fantastic actor. Have you enjoyed doing that? Have you enjoyed playing the hero kind of way?
I don't think it put me in that zone. My zone is my zone, and I won't. I'll keep expanding my zone. That's what the fun is. You cannot put yourself into somebody else's zone. Everybody creates their own zone, and I loved it. It's because it's a solid character, and there is a solid undercurrent. The kind of chemistry, the kind of relationship my character and Aishwarya's character is having is unseen. You haven't seen this kind of chemistry, and I loved those one-liners. The first day of the shoot, I asked Sanjay. He was directing me, and that Amitabh Bachchan wala scene. I said, one-liners kahan hai? उसने कहा मैं रख रखी हैं बहुत सारी तुम्हारे लिए. And then he started narrating me one after the other, and I loved it. And that was my, something I was propelled by. I said कि मुझे दो one-liner, I want to say them. So you enjoy that.
He can say them the way he does. When you see the film, you'll know that. I'm telling you, it's an art. It's an art.
हमने सुना है कुछ सिंगिंग डेब्यू भी किया है आपने इस फिल्म से. Is it true? कुछ गाना भी गाया है आपने इस फिल्म में?
मैं बताता हूँ, अभी तक नहीं, but intention है.
तो ऐश्वर्या, कुछ इरादा हमें इस फिल्म में या इन फ्यूचर हमें कुछ गाने आपके जुबान से सुनने को मिलेंगे? बिकॉज पिछले कुछ एक सालों में
फिलहाल जज्बा के बारे में बात करते हैं, फ्यूचर के प्लान्स फ्यूचर में ही बात कर लेते हैं.
बिकॉज पिछले कुछ एक सालों में कई सारे एक्टर ने गाना भी गाया है, लाइक आलिया भट्ट, प्रियंका चोपड़ा, श्रद्धा कपूर, सलमान खान.
काफी सालों से एक्टर्स हैव संग. इट्स जस्ट probably maybe it's not a new thing. Actors have been singing for, I mean, Pa has been singing forever, so it's not a hali mein log actors are singing. It's probably getting obviously a lot more. It's we're trying to probably do what's natural to everybody anyways, and like I said, we all sing. Aap bhi gaate hain, aap bhi gaate hain, aap bhi gaate hain, because we've all loved our cinema music. I think there's a singer in every one of us. It's about choosing to go on and explore. It's just about the choice to be made as and when you choose to do it. So there is no time frame to that as to कि अब ये हो रहा है और पहले नहीं हो रहा था. ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है, पहले भी हो रहा था.
ऐश्वर्या, हमारी इंडस्ट्री में हमेशा ऐसी बातें हैं कि जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. तो काफी पिछले कुछ एक सालों में
आप सब हंस रहे थे ना पहले ही कि अभी पता है ऐसा कोई सवाल आने वाला है.
पिछले कुछ एक सालों में एज एन एक्टर क्या फील करती हैं कि ऐश्वर्या राय की पॉपुलैरिटी में कुछ एक कमी आई है, या उनकी पॉपुलैरिटी वैसे भी है जैसे पिछले कुछ एक 5 सालों में थी?
मैं ना कोई ट्रैकिंग कंपनी हूँ, ना मैं कोई एनालिसिस
Give the mic to her. There are other people also to talk to.
I am an actor. I'm an actor and I'm here to do my job. ये सब आप कीजिए.
Mr. Gupta, these days, ever since, I mean, music has been an integral part of the movie, and it carries after the movie is done as well. So, on a music perspective, can you throw some light on what the audience can expect from Jazbaa this time?
Personally, for me, the music making part is the most exciting part about my movies. I love that whole process, and there's no way I could even think of a film without music in it. But having said that, this is not your conventional formula film, and these characters cannot suddenly break into a jig, and they cannot start singing songs. So we are not doing that. Yeah, there's no party song in the film. So we don't have that, but yes, we do have an OST, and there will be songs which we're working on, which would be there for in the OST to promote the film.